We'll cover that as well. So if you've written off Algorand, you might want to pay attention to this. Okay, so our very first one is from BSCN. Algorand and Near Protocol see massive stablecoin growth. As the time of this writing, and according to DeFi Llama data, Algorand and Near Protocol stablecoin supplies are up 41% and 76% over the past week, respectively. And this was yesterday, by the way. Now, here's an important point about stablecoins. A lot of times you see stablecoins grow as money moves out of the system, but we've seen Algorand actually increase in price. Same with Near Protocol. So the fact that there's more stablecoins entering the market into Algorand at a time when the price is increasing, and presumably people would be either selling or taking profits or not doing anything. You generally don't buy when things are down. That says something to me. And by the way, they beat out Ripple, Stellar, and Polygon, which is pretty impressive. Here, Michael Jordan says quantum security for the win. Very important point for both of those chains. That's sign number one, but we also have a very important signal from VersaBank and Algorand. Let's dive into this. Latest SEC filing from VersaBank is really interesting. After announcing the successful completion of a pilot phase for blockchain-based tokenized deposits across Algo, ETH, and XLM, it looks like VersaBank plus VersaBank USA are actively working toward a potential commercial launch. That's right, Algorand, ETH, and XLM all involved in that. Tokenized bank deposits are a massive blockchain use case, bringing regulated bank money on-chain. The filing says VersaBank expects to conclude pilot testing next month, after which they plan to work with US and Canadian regulators toward commercialization. Now that's a big deal, guys, because one of the things that Algorand has suffered from is a lack of transactions. This could add a tons of transactions, which would help generate revenue, which tends to lead to price action, because my research has shown that there's a strong correlation between chains with revenue and price appreciation. Now, our third piece of news and our third sign that Algorand might be waking up comes from the Algorand Foundation itself. And this is a strong signal out of Japan. And here, this is directly from the Algorand Foundation. Algorand already cleared Japan's regulatory bar. Now, the fourth largest economy is pulling crypto into traditional finance, 20% tax by 2028. Digital assets reclassified as financial products, and the mainstream stamp of approval. Algorand is on the JVCEA Green List, FSA overseen, fast-tracked for Japanese exchanges. Early to the list, ready for the wave. Okay, so Algorand, one of the most green blockchains. Hedera actually beats it out, but everything else, it's really near the top. It uses about the energy of, I think it was like 8 city blocks or 10 city blocks per year. Technically carbon neutral because of the carbon credits that it buys, which offset the little bit of carbon that it uses. And that's a feature of the proof of stake system, which makes Algorand different, say, than, well, I think Ethereum moved to proof of stake, but from other ones like Bitcoin. So that's kind of a big deal. Now, I'm a big fan of Japan, so anytime I see Japan and Algorand in the news together, that always makes me happy. And Japan, people kind of underrate the Japan and crypto. Japan has a very strong crypto culture. Glad to see Algorand part of it and part of the regulatory system. You know, clearing that regulatory bar is really important. Now, I promised you guys a bonus